This is a game changer move for Tesla in terms of Bitcoin. It really validates some of the strategy that we're seeing for some corporations, MicroStrategy, now Tesla. The fact that Musk went into the deep end of the pool on Bitcoin, it's going to send a ripple effect really across the board. And I think this is a major, what could be fork in the road when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto for public companies, with Tesla leading the charge. Bigger announcement, rather than even investing in Bitcoin, is the fact transactional that Tesla's going to take Bitcoins for cars. I think this is very important. I think it's something that could really start to change from a commerce perspective how we use Bitcoin. And as we've seen before, Musk leading the charge in terms of an area that's new and innovative. It's not the first time, but this is really, I view it as almost a seminal moment in terms of where we are in terms of Bitcoin from a transaction perspective, and the fact that now Tesla and Musk putting their name behind. I think this is really an eyebrow-raising move.
But if Tesla's going to price cars and say this car costs a Bitcoin or 2 Bitcoins or 2.5 or whatever, there's a certain currency normalization that could happen simply because of large transactions like that happening in Bitcoin terms as opposed to in US dollar terms and being immediately converted. I would say that he is one of the few, if not the only CEO of a large company that could get away with this kind of stuff. And when I say get away with, I don't mean in any sort of nefarious way. I simply mean that investors in most companies don't necessarily want their CEO going off into left field and investing in something new. They want him to concentrate on the current operations of the business. But Musk has had a long story, a long history of using Twitter especially to comment on things that are ancillary at best to Tesla's core businesses. And the investors, because of his reputation as an innovator and a forward thinker, are very tolerant of his forays into other areas. And he's been successful in the past. So we saw Tesla shares rally this morning on the news. They haven't been hurt by his previous twittering about Dogecoin is even a funnier one because it's essentially a joke currency as opposed to Bitcoin, which is a legitimate store of value. But we haven't seen any backlash against that. And if anything, investors seem pretty fired up about the idea that Tesla's going to be involved in Bitcoin.